Ladies and gentlemen, the importance of this panel, expanding developmental horizons through education, research, and innovations, the importance of this particular theme. We can all see that we have the Sri Lankan Army Chief, we have the Sri Lankan Navy Chief, and this morning we also had the Sri Lankan Air Force Chief present with us. That demonstrates that with the transformation from the information age to greater understanding and knowledge-based age, the paramount importance of such a topic that will drive those developments. And let me share with you that we had presentations from a global perspective, from a regional perspective, from a SAARC perspective, and we also had from an island perspective. And to open this panel for discussion, I would like to say that there are many themes that we need to reflect, but there's one particular theme that may be of interest. That is to create a knowledge network, an Asia-Pacific knowledge network, especially because Asia-Pacific is on the rise, and this is the Asian century. And of course, KDU may be very well placed to build and to facilitate, to enable such a network that would link universities from China to other parts of the Far East and also South Asia. I also want to share with you that among the perspectives that were shared by the speakers, they highlighted some of the challenges, and I think that some of your questions and answers may focus on those challenges as well as the prospects for moving forward. With that very quick summary, let me now invite all of you to ask questions from our speakers. You may wish to identify yourself, please.
I'm Marini Dilivera, Senior Lecturer in Law, Apit Law School. My question is based on the first presentation. It was an amazing presentation that really mesmerized me about the mind-boggling advances of science and technology. But it's not that I'm a pessimist, but I'm wondering whether legal jurisprudence also advances along the same lines as science and technology. What if these technology gets into the hands of terrorists and perpetrators of international and domestic crime? Is there a monitoring mechanism, and are international and domestic lawyers looking at these horrific things that could happen if this technology is used in a bad way? And how do you punish these bad guys? Are the judges trained as well? Thank you.
That's working. You can use that. Yes.
Well, thank you. The point that you have raised is an important one, because we are going through an explosion of knowledge. In fact, the total quantum of knowledge since the very advent of man on planet Earth till now, it's doubling itself every 8 to 10 years. So, so this is a situation which our planet has never experienced before. Unfortunately, the society is not evolving in the same way in terms of social norms and humanities. So, with this kind of a situation that is existing, you are going to have weapons of mass destruction, be it chemical or biological or other weapons, becoming eventually available, because a knife can be used to cut a throat or to cut an apple. And so the society has to therefore evolve correspondingly to be able to absorb this knowledge and to use it for the betterment of mankind. Unfortunately, one does not see that happening. And so this is a matter of great social concern for all of us.
We are very fortunate that Professor Ataur Rahman, he's both a scientist and a politician. I can also think of another South Asian scientist who became a very eminent politician, that is Abdul Kalam. We also had Raja Ramana from India, who invented the bomb, the atom bomb, and he was a very accomplished pianist and visited Sri Lanka many times. So we hope that these distinguished scientists will continue to regulate the knowledge, especially the knowledge of chemical, biological, nuclear, these capabilities, so that they will not end up in the hands of extremist and terrorist groups. But I am assured by the good professor, especially because he is currently the president of the Academy of Sciences in Pakistan, that they will continue to do so. Any other questions, please?
Shanta Hirnayaka from University of Peradeniya. This is not necessarily a question, but a general comment. Few months ago, academics from this region were invited to Punjab Technological University for a session on integrating human values to higher education. The basic theme that was argued there was that the modern education, scientific education in particular, because the key persons were all scientists, top-class scientists from India, Pakistan, and other places, is that we are going in a direction without a purpose. As much as I appreciate the thrust towards that we should develop science and technology, I think that prominent question should also be asked at the same time. To what extent are we integrating human values, not security values, human values into those advances? I would like to hear some comments from you.
Why don't you start?
Well, I think that's again is something that is an important area. What we did in Pakistan was to increase the 2-year bachelor's program to a 4 years bachelor's program with an emphasis on humanities, social sciences, and other relevant areas, including literature and others, so that students who are doing a bachelor's of science would also be aware of comparative religions, would be aware of literature in different parts of the world, would be aware of humanities, and would also have better communication skills and interactive skills. So this was a step that was formally taken and the curricula developed. But the universities can only play a certain part in the overall framework. This has to be reflected in the society as a whole. And I think journalism and media have also a very important role to play here. For instance, I, in my individual capacity, have been writing articles emphasizing what you have just said. And I have written about 400 articles on innovations and entrepreneurship for major national newspapers, but also on the need of being humane and having human values and emphasizing the need for those. So we all need to do our own little bit so that we have a broad-based education for our children.
Thank you. Any other questions, please? I thought that's a very relevant question. And of course, if you look at most South Asian countries, children would go on Saturday, Sunday to a religious school and learn the values. And I thought that's a very good blend, so that even if we have scientists, they will use the technology